I just switched on the camera to film my haul video for you to show you some of the pieces I've picked up recently, and then this arrived through the post. So we get to unbox this in this video as well. I think this is a bag. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a new bag. So I will show you what's in here in a second. First, I want to talk to you about some clothing pieces I've been adding to my wardrobe lately. I've done a little bit of a refresh of my wardrobe, not just recently, but over the last few months. I mentioned in my previous video that I sold all of my designer handbags, and I did save most of that money, but I put a little bit of it towards some of these new pieces as well, just because my feelings on clothing and bags in general has shifted slightly over the last year. And so I wanted to refresh my wardrobe slightly with some pieces that felt more true to me. And I am going to do a video all on my thoughts on fashion, my change in tastes, my thoughts on designer goods, all that kind of stuff next. Probably one of my next videos will be that. But for now, we're just showing you the pieces that I've picked up. I guess I'll start with what I'm wearing. So this dress is not technically new. I mean, it is quite new, but I showed it in one of my last videos. It is the Christy Dawn Emma dress that I picked up finally. This had been on my wish list for about a year. I've been umming and ahhing about this dress because it is quite expensive, but I finally ordered it along with a few other pieces of Christy Dawn clothing. And I've well and truly got the bug for Christy Dawn. I well and truly have picked up quite a few new pieces from them, and I'm absolutely loving them. So I will talk more about some other Christy Dawn pieces that I've picked up, including something I found on Vinted, which is always my favourite when your favourite brand appears on Vinted, especially because there isn't that much of it in the UK. But I definitely have a blue theme going on. I've got this Christy Dawn Emma dress in the noir, I think this is called Noir Poppies. It's like a very dark, it almost looks black. I can't quite tell if it's a black or a navy background, but it's a very, very dark colour with the blue and pink floral. And then I have this cardigan, which is also obviously blue, and I'll talk to you about this in a second. And then I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but my jewellery, my necklace that I'm wearing, and one of my rings, this ring here, is also in a lovely shade of light pale blue as well. So I've been loving my blue lately. I think it's partly because it's spring. It feels like quite a spring colour. It's one of my favourite colours to wear anyway, all year round. But particularly at the moment, I've really been enjoying my blue, and the jewellery is from Linjer. They very kindly sent me over just a couple of new pieces to try. This was the box that one of the pieces came in. Absolutely gorgeous packaging. If you haven't heard of Linjer, you probably have if you're a regular subscriber, because I talk about them quite frequently. I would say they are the #1 jewellery brand that I recommend to people. If you're just starting out with fine jewellery, you want classic pieces, but at more approachable price points. So whether it's people in my real life or people who follow me on YouTube, I always recommend Linjer as a starting point, because I think they do fantastic pieces at really approachable price points. And the materials that they use, if you don't know, are all super high quality, mostly recycled as well. They use recycled sterling silver. They use gold vermeil, so it's a really thick plating of gold. It's much thicker than standard gold plated jewellery. And then my favourite line from them is the solid gold 14 carat range, which is what these pieces come from. These are both 14 carat solid yellow gold with these are blue topaz stones, I believe, and all of their stones are ethically sourced as well. I think most of them are lab grown, including their diamonds, which means they're conflict free, but they are physically and chemically identical to the mined versions of those stones. So I really love that ethical nature of Linjer as well. The ring matches the necklace perfectly. It's a row of blue topaz, but it is like an ombre effect, which is so beautiful. It's very special looking. You've got like a lighter colour blue, almost like a clear stone towards the edges, including on the necklace, and then it goes to a deeper, more vivid blue, so an ombre design, which is absolutely gorgeous. But they are so subtle that I don't feel like it's too much colour, because I don't like to wear really big colourful stones, because I just feel like it can wield a little bit tacky sometimes, and it's more of like a cocktail style, which is totally fine for events, but maybe not so much for day to day, whereas these pieces are subtle enough that you barely notice that they're colourful. There's just like a twinge of colour there when they catch the light. And I love how well this pairs with this dress. This blue ribbon in particular just matches perfectly with the colour of the stones. These pieces are actually part of their birthstone jewellery line, so they do a whole range of birthstone jewellery. Blue topaz is not my birthstone, I have to be honest. My birthstone is a garnet because I'm born in January, and I've never really loved garnets. I've never really loved red gemstones, so I tend to just go for the colour I like best, and I was, as I said, really feeling blue at the moment, so I've gone with topaz, which I think is the September birthstone, but it isn't technically mine. I will say most of the clothing I'm about to show you is actually red, so it's kind of ironic that I'm saying I don't like garnets, but yeah, I just like the blue jewellery. It feels a little bit more spring summer as well. So if you would like to check out these pieces, I will leave them linked down below. They are also running a Mother's Day promotion at the moment, if you're watching this when it's posted, because I believe it is US Mother's Day, not in England. That was in March, but it is Mother's Day in the US. So if you're looking to get any gifts or treat yourself, then I will leave my discount code with Linjer and the links to the pieces I'm showing down below, so you can get a special discount with your order as well. So I've got the blue dress, I've got the blue jewellery. I also picked up this blue cardigan from Christy Dawn. This is the Christy Dawn Nola cardigan, and oh my gosh, I am absolutely obsessed with this cardigan. I feel like trust Christy Dawn to make the perfect cardigan for wearing over dresses. Obviously dresses is what they primarily do, it's what they do best. And so when they've made a cardigan, they've obviously made it in just the perfect shape and silhouette to go over any dresses that you're wearing in spring, summer, and I just absolutely love this one so much. I definitely understand why some people don't like it, because it's quite a balloon effect. The sleeves, if you can tell, are very exaggerated. The shoulders are quite exaggerated, but I personally just love the effect it gives. It just feels very beautiful. It's definitely the highest quality cardigan I've ever owned, I've ever tried. It has that real hand knitted feel. I believe it's hand spun, made in Peru, I think, and the price point is definitely up there. I will say I used some points. They have like a point system where you can earn points with purchases, and I used points to buy this one, and I bought it, I mean, I got it almost free because I had so many points collected from all my recent Christy Dawn purchases. But yeah, it's definitely up there price wise, but it is absolutely beautiful, and this is a piece I can see myself having forever, lasting forever. It's 100% organic cotton. I love a cotton knit. They're just my favourite, especially in spring, summer. It has that cosy feel for when it is a little bit chilly, but it also doesn't feel too warm and too stifling for the warmer months. So it's perfect, it's beautiful, and I just love, it just feels very luxurious. And I love the colour. This is slate blue, I think they call it, and it's just a really, really nice colour to go with all of my blue tones, my white dresses as well, even green dresses it looks really good with. So I loved it so much, and I've been wearing the blue one. I've had this for a few weeks. I've been wearing this pretty much every single day. I decided to get the red one as well. They used to have a cream one, and I really hope they bring it back because I would wear that so much, but it's out of stock at the moment. So I went with the ones that were available in my size, and that was the blue and the red. And I love this red because I don't know how it's coming up on camera. I do feel like my camera doesn't pick up red tones very accurately. I'm not sure why, but it's coming up like bright and almost orange tinged on the camera, and that's the same with one of the dresses I'll show you in a minute. I noticed that that doesn't come up quite true to colour on my camera, but in real life this is not this bright, and it's also more of a neutral, cool toned red as opposed to a warm toned red. It feels very like neutral, like a pure red, almost like a brick red, or not even that because that can read a little bit orangey, but almost like a London bus kind of red. It's very neutral, exactly the same size cardigan. I haven't worn this one yet, still has the tags on it. I want to make sure I 100% do want to keep it, but I think I do because I actually have picked up a few pieces, some red themed dresses, white dresses this would go with as well, and I just feel like I will wear this, and even in autumn I feel like this will be so perfect. In autumn it feels very autumnal, but I do still really want to wear it now as well. So yes, I had to pick it up in the two colours. They have it in a colour, I think it's called Toast. It's kind of this colour. This is my Merit makeup bag, but the cardigan is kind of this shade, and I'm tempted to get that one as well, but they don't have it in a medium at the moment. I think they've only got it in a small. If that one comes back in the medium, or the cream one comes back in the medium, then I will definitely be buying it because it's just one of those staples that I feel like I'm going to have forever. I feel like it's my updated version of the Betty. Remember when I loved the Betty? I feel like this is just a little bit more me now, and I love that it's cotton instead of wool. Okay, next up, I bought a pair of sandals because I've needed a pair of sandals. I've known that once spring, summer arrives, I will need a pair of sandals. And sandals are something I don't really enjoy buying. I don't know what it is. I don't really love buying shoes. Occasionally there's a pair of shoes that I really want, and you know, I'm excited to buy, but most of the time it feels like almost a little bit of a chore to buy shoes. They don't excite me in the way that clothes and bags and jewellery do. But I did discover this new brand called Anonymous. They're from Copenhagen, and I was looking for a pair of sandals for quite a long time because, again, there are a lot of sandals I don't like. I don't like sandals that make your feet look too wide. And I do feel like a lot of sandals can make your feet look quite wide. Even like Birkenstocks, I like the look of Birkenstocks, but they feel a little bit frumpy to me. So when I saw these, I thought these were quite narrow and quite sleek, but also still looked really comfortable. They didn't look so narrow and kind of pointy that they were going to feel uncomfortable. So I went for it. And I really love that they do half sizes as well. So many brands don't do half sizes, and I do feel like my true size is a 38.5. So I was really pleased that I saw that they also do half sizes. And I have to say, I really love these. I've worn these once very briefly. It's not quite sandal weather yet in the UK. It was last week, and now it's definitely not again. So I only wore these very briefly for like 10 minutes, but they were so comfortable. I don't think they're going to need any breaking in, which is always a plus, but look how gorgeous they are. They're slightly more interesting than a regular sandal you might see elsewhere. So they're a slight peep toe, they've got this detail, this leather woven detail. They have a back strap, which I do like. I like a sandal. I don't like a mule, I guess you would call it, where you don't have the strap, because I feel like you always have to kind of clench your toes in order to keep them on your feet, whereas you don't have to when you've got this back strap. It's adjustable. The leather is so soft, so I don't feel like it's going to rub anywhere, at least hopefully not. And they have like a slight heel, which I also like because they're not completely flat. I mean, they're flat, but they've just got a little bit of support in there. They've also got a little bit of arch support. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but like this padding here, which is slightly supportive for your arch. So I do feel like they're really well designed, and I'm very excited to wear these with all of my dresses once it warms up again. And as I said, they do half sizes. And also these shoes come in like 20 different colours. So if you don't fancy I went with brown just because I always like the look of a matching bag and sandal, and a lot of my bags are this shade of brown, so I feel like that looks quite nice. But if you don't fancy brown, they obviously have black, but they also have loads of other colours, and they also have them in suede as well, which if you live somewhere drier, I would recommend. The suede look really, really nice, a little bit more interesting, but in the UK, a suede sandal is probably not the best idea, because even if it's summer, it's probably still going to rain. So I went with the leather. This is the soft leather. They also do it in a grained leather, but I figured the soft leather might be a little bit more comfortable and a little bit softer. So yes, I would highly recommend. I'm very excited to wear these, and I feel like they look similar to Suzanne sandals, but they're more comfortable and hopefully better made, because it is like a dedicated footwear brand. Okay, and then I have two dresses to show you, two recent dress purchases. This one was actually a Vinted find, and you may be able to tell that this is the dress I'm wearing. This is the Emma dress, but in this, I think this is called like Apple, is this the label still on it? Yeah, I think it's called Apple Harvest. Evergreen Apple Harvest. So this is from last autumn, I believe, and it is a very autumnal dress, but I found this on Vinted, and honestly, I was stalking this dress on Vinted for months. I had it favorited for months, and I wasn't going to buy it because I'd never tried the Emma dress until recently, and I wasn't sure if it was going to fit, and I didn't want to risk buying it on Vinted if it didn't fit or if I didn't like the style. But when I bought this one eventually and realised how much I love the Emma dress, I went back to Vinted and I thought, wow, I know this will fit now, and I know I like it, and it's a fraction of the price. I think I got it, I can't remember how much I got it for, but it was under 50%. It was under 50% of retail. So yeah, and obviously it has the tags still attached, brand new. So I'm very pleased with that. And I'm thinking with my red cardigan, I can basically recreate the outfit that I have on now, but for autumn. So I have my spring summer version with the blue, and then I have my autumn version. I feel like it's going to look so nice with the red cardigan and some like brown boots, some brown leather boots. Feels very autumnal, perfect for going apple picking. Not that that's something I do, but if I was going to do it, I would definitely wear this. So very happy I found that on Vinted. And then the final piece I did not find on Vinted, unfortunately, but it is also from Christy Dawn, and it is the Madeline dress in the red. As soon as I saw this sneak peek of this on their Instagram, I knew I was going to buy it because it is the same style as the black floral one I have from their pre-spring collection, and I absolutely love, that's probably my favourite silhouette from Christy Dawn. or at least my most worn. I feel like the Emma I haven't quite gotten around to wearing as much lately because it's more of a summer, obviously it's strappy, so it's more of a high summer dress, even though I can wear it with a cardigan. But these dresses are perfect for this time of year, especially the black floral one. This one is a little bit more summery because it's bright red. But again, the colour is not showing up true to in person on camera. I don't know why, it's really weird. It must be the settings on my camera, they must affect red in particular, because again, this is similar to the cardigan. It's a neutral to cool toned red. It isn't a warm red. It is appearing quite orangey, at least in the viewfinder on camera, but in person it is very cool. It is like slightly muted, very neutral, and I feel like this shade of red looks good on everyone. I know some people, when I showed this on reels or shorts, said that red is a hard colour to pull off, but actually I disagree. I think this cool tone neutral red suits and looks good on blondes really well, but also on brunettes. So I think it looks good on everyone, and light skin and dark skin. So yeah, I would highly recommend. It's just the most beautiful dress and very wearable as well. I love Christy Dawn because everything is so intricate and beautiful, but also feels very wearable because they're all just cotton. They're not fancy materials, they're not silky, they don't feel too dressy, they feel quite casual, but they feel so elevated for a casual dress. Like all of the details, the puffs, the lace on there, all of the bodice with the shirring, and it's really comfortable shirring as well. Sometimes I find shirring a little bit tight and uncomfortable, but on these I don't at all. It feels really, really nice to wear. So yes, that is the red one. And then finally, we have this box here. So let me open this up. This, I believe, is a bag from Bob Orr. They very kindly reached out and got in touch with me and asked me if I wanted to try another one of their bags. You'll know last year they gave me the Taylor, I think this is called the Taylor Tote, and I keep showing this in videos, but I think it's just because it's hung there, but I do love it. It's one of my favourite bags in my collection, and honestly one of the most affordable bags in my collection as well. It's about $200 or $250, and I love it. So when they reached out and asked me if I wanted to try another of their styles, I thought I would because I really like that one so much, so why not? So I picked out one that I'm not sure if I'm honestly going to like this or not, to be honest. I'm going to give you my honest reaction. I'm not going to, you know, they're not paying me to make this video or anything, so I'm just going to tell you whether I like this or not. But it did remind me, this bag that I'm about to unbox, it did remind me of the Toteme T-lock bag. It's kind of like a dupe for that, at least I think it is from the pictures. So let me go get a knife. I think I need a knife to open this, and then we will see if it actually is a good dupe in real life. Okay, here it is. This is the box it comes in. It's in its dust bag. Yeah, I think this is a grained leather. If this really is a good dupe for the Toteme one, and I say dupe, it's not like a copy or it's not that similar, but it just reminded me of it slightly. And if you watched my last video, you know that I am not buying the Toteme T-lock bag, despite really liking the design, because it's just a bit too expensive for my liking and also a bit too big. I think this one might be a little bit smaller. We'll have to see. Oh, it's really nice. Okay. It's really nice. It actually is quite a good dupe. It's a better dupe than I remembered from the pictures. Okay, interesting. I see, can you see the clasp itself even is kind of, it isn't a T, it isn't the same, but it's kind of reminiscent. And I imagine, I mean it's stuffed now, but I imagine you might be able to play with it and have it a little bit, yeah, can you see, a little bit more slouchy? Ooh, I really like this. It's got feet. This is a first impressions, but like first impressions, the leather feels gorgeous. Really, really soft. Let me take the stuffing out. It does also come with a crossbody strap, so you can wear this crossbody. And the inside is like a nice canvas, cotton canvas material, really nice, but the leather feels gorgeous. And this colour, this comes in, it definitely comes in black. And it came in this cream colour, which I just thought would be perfect for spring, summer. And look how similar that looks to the Toteme bag. Wow. And I prefer the size. I actually much prefer the size because it's not as big. It's almost somewhere between the small Toteme one that doesn't come with the top handle and the big Toteme one that does. So I really, really like that. Obviously it's got the label. at the moment. I really like that. Oh, I'm so excited. It's so nice. It's nicer than I was expecting it to be. I don't know why. Just because I think the price point is so reasonable that I always limit my expectations with these bags. But actually the leather feels really high quality and soft. I need to add the strap. I'm not sure how you do this. Okay, I'll do that in a second and I will show you the mod shots of me wearing it crossbody just so you can see the length of the strap, but it is adjustable as well to different lengths. I really like this. I'm genuinely so shocked. It feels very soft. I will leave the specs on screen, like the price and the different colors that it comes in, but I feel like this is a really good addition. I don't have any cream/white bags in my collection. To be honest, I haven't had any in a long time. I can't remember the last time I owned a bag in this colour, unless I'm forgetting one. You guys are probably going to be telling me, don't you own that bag in cream? But I don't think I do. I used to own a Coach bag many years ago in very similar colours to this, and then I sold it, but it was much smaller than this. So yeah, it's got the feet. I really like this. I do think I have a discount code with Bob Orr that gets you 10% off. So if you want to try this out as an alternative to the Toteme one, I would highly recommend. Or if you want a woven leather bag that's really gorgeous, this comes in like 7 different colours. There's a burgundy one that I always have wanted, but I chose the brown. So yes, that is everything. That was quite a casual chatty video, but I just wanted to show you what's new in my wardrobe recently. Obviously mostly Christy Dawn pieces, to be honest, and I have to say I think Christy Dawn are releasing the second part to their spring collection later in the week, and I already have my eye on one piece that they've teased on their Instagram. It's the Adele dress in this gorgeous like embroidered white version. I'll put a picture of it on screen, but I really do think I'm gonna have to buy that one as well, even though I've already bought like 5 Christy Dawn dresses this year, which is crazy because they are so expensive. But like I said, I did sell all of my designer bags, so I am using that money. I'm not using new money to make these purchases, which makes it okay in my opinion. But yeah, let me know what you think of the bag. Let me know if you like it. I love it. I can't stop looking at it. I'm really excited to style that now, especially because it's a new colour for me as well. Let me know what you think of the Linjer jewellery as well, the birthstone jewellery. I will leave that link down below so you can look at all of the different colours they have. They have pink, they have red if you are a January birthstone like me. They have neutral ones, all of the colours for all of the different birthstones. I love citrine as well. If that's your birthstone, I don't know what month that is, but I love citrine, that yellow stone. It's so beautiful. So I'm jealous if that is your birthstone. But let me know what you think of all of my new pieces. Let me know if you've been adding anything to your wardrobe lately. I'm also going to do a video very soon on my wish list pieces, because I do have a few pieces on my wish list, although to be honest I'm not going to be doing very much shopping over the next few months, I don't think, because we are going to try and hopefully buy a house. So I'm definitely going to have to rein in my spending for the next good few months. So you might be seeing more wish list videos from me and less hauls from me, which is probably a good thing. But let me know what's on your wish list. Let me know how you are. I will also leave some videos on screen if you're not done watching. Otherwise, I hope you're all doing really well, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!